صنعة الفكر تناجي الله في صبر وترجو رحمة تسري فعاش القلب إخلاصا وصرت تحوم كالطير تحلق في ثقافات وتنهل من ربى الخير.
What reason do you think you have to come to the conclusion of maybe there is? Like, what brings you that doubt where you say...
I think I can't give an honest answer to the fact that everything is created and there could be a creator to, the starting point basically. So I don't have a very good answer to it, so that's why I think there might be a creator, hence
okay, if the book, we help you understand that, would you be...
Yeah.
Okay, let's use basic, simple reasoning. Yeah, simple reasoning. Like, for example, if you went home and you found a plate smashed on the floor, would you ever come to the conclusion when you walk home? Would you think the plate jumped and smashed itself? What would be the first basic reason you come to? Like when you see the plate smashed,
somebody must have done.
Somebody tipped it over. Yeah. Simple, basic reasoning. Yeah. So what we say is, let's use the same simple, basic reasoning with something that is more complex than a plate being smashed on the floor. Like, for example, let me give you another example. If I had a piece of paper in my hand, tissue, scrambled tissue, and I had an iPad in my hand, which one would you say is most likely designed? Which one is which one would you go
both
for?
are designed, but the iPad, I would say,
Thank you. You say, okay, both are designed, but you go more for the iPad, right? Yeah. So this is what we're saying. It's that using basic, simple reasoning, you come to that simple conclusion, just as you see the plate smashed on the floor. So if I say to you, let's use the iPad and the universe, which one would you say is most likely designed?
From that, I would say universe is more complex.
Yeah.
How things could be created. Because most of the things, what you're saying is, most of the things are actually created. Hence, we can assign a creator to it. Anything which is not created, give
me an example that's not created.
So I would say life.
How could you say life is not created?
So that's what is something we don't know about, because we haven't seen somebody creating life.
Okay, all right, good point. Yeah? Have you seen the person who created this iPad?
No, I haven't seen it. Well, some Apple videos.
And I'm just trying to make it understand. By the way, we're discussing, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to make an argument. I just genuinely want you to understand my point. If I'm wrong, say, Ali, look, you didn't make sense, So, forgive me. If you want, we can speak in private.
No, I don't mind.
If you want, because the thing is, when we're here and there's people watching.
I don't mind.
Okay, I just want you to understand, and I'm sure you're sincere, So, the reason why I asked is because you can say to me, Ali, I can go to the factory and see the one who made this. But the point here is, did you go and see it? No, you didn't. No. And the fact that you didn't, and you don't have to, I don't think you have to go to the factory to say, you know what, let me go double check.
Correct.
Did this iPad come in its own? You come to that basic conclusion. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, with
at least somebody has seen it.
Okay. But just because we do not see the person who created it, or the creator who created the universe, that does not mean there is not a creator. For example, let me give you an example. Can you see love? We can't see love, but we say it exists. Can you see my consciousness, my mind? Can you see my mind? So would it be right for you to say, Ali, you have no mind? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So these are some concepts which you can't see it as of.
But they exist. Yeah.
They
so that's the evidence I will give to say, just because you can't see the creator doesn't mean there's no creator.
I agree with
do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's why we say, when the iPad is more the universe is more complex than the iPad, it should have a design and a creator, because it's trillion times more complex. Even this evolution theory of we evolve, let's take the argument, even though there's this apparently missing link, when you go to the first cell, the first cell, Darwin described it as it's just the cell and we evolved. He made it seem like it's the most simplest thing. It is the most complex thing. Today, scientists have found out the way the DNA works, your mind will stop. It's absolutely, it's crazy. But the question we ask is, where did the first cell come from? So it's really complex. So what we
That's
say,
something we don't know.
Exactly.
Now,
we don't know, but what we know is that there's information in the DNA.
Yes.
So does that information come from knowledge or no knowledge?
From knowledge, where does
where would we say, for example, this iPad either came from knowledge or no knowledge? Is there anything else that I can add in there? Is there a third option?
In this particular, because your all the examples are actually the examples which human knowledge have created. Anything else which is apart from
what about
human knowledge?
What about DNA? DNA was not made by man. So DNA, one cell, if I'm not mistaken, one part of DNA, I think they said it will fill up how many thousands of libraries. Yeah. So what we're saying is there's knowledge there.
Yes.
Science is there's knowledge there. There's information there. Yeah. So what we say is, who put the information there? It either came from knowledge or no knowledge. Which one would you say? Would you say it came from no knowledge or knowledge? With the information in there.
I've got nothing to compare it against. So, as in any living thing, how does knowledge
you can compare it.
The comparison to a non-living thing like an iPad is a false comparison. So the comparison to a living thing would be a right one, and I don't have any answer because I haven't seen anything, any living thing created by another knowledgeable entity. So as in life created by a knowledgeable entity like myself, I haven't seen that. So there's no similar comparison. Like.
But this is created by.
This is created
by a person that had a will, had conscious and rationality. Yeah. He wanted to do this. He done this. Yeah. So the universe or the DNA, right? We're doing the same arguments. Yeah. The individual who made this, there was knowledge behind him doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
He had the will to do it. Yeah. Okay. So what we're saying is, the universe or the cell. I'm just going to make this simple cell, which is, we call it simple, but it's very complex as well. Yeah. There's knowledge behind it because I was doing a bit of research actually. Let me share some information with you. It might be a bit useful. Yeah. Let me just show you something. I was doing some information.
I can see your point. I mean, logically, it makes sense that there should be some knowledge because you're comparing it to something.
Of course.
We can see here.
Yeah. You know the way the way it's done. There's actually, they say there's like machines in the DNA which copy you know what I'm trying to say?
RNAs and all.
RNA, yes. And there's another one called, I can't remember, something.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
Yeah. So the thing is, what we do is when we look at that, using our basic reason and logic, we need to use the same standard. If I look at a tissue, a mere tissue, and if I say there has to be a creator or a designer behind it, I have to use the same principle with the universe or anything else that looks designed.
But our understanding is very limited. Our especially mine.
You're right.
Our understanding is very limited in terms of how things are created. We don't know, like.
No, you're right.
We know 0.1% of things, to be honest. So you can't say that it should definitely be coming from a knowledgeable entity. Is one.
Okay, then. But the thing here is this. You're right. We can't know everything, but the thing is, there should be a universal understanding in certain things. If I showed a tissue to anyone, even this iPad, no one will ever say it came by chance. No one will say it came by nothing. They would say there is a designer. There is a designer. If you find me one person that will say to a tissue, I'm not even going to use an iPad. I'm going to use the lowest of the low. Tissue. If anyone comes to me and says there's no designer behind it, then I'll have to question his intellect. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So what? I'm going to come to finish here. So what we're trying to say is, simple reasoning is what we're using. We're not saying let's understand everything. How does this work? No. We're saying simple reasoning. Yeah. If we use simple reasoning, if a tissue has a designer, which you claim was made by a man, and that man has to have knowledge, has to have a will to do that, right? So what we're saying is, even though you haven't gone and seen that man, the fact that you came to the conclusion of his design shows me that the universe, we don't need to see the creator to come to the conclusion. What we do is we look at the byproduct. We look at
with simple reasoning. Yes,
simple reasoning. So I'm just saying, using that simple reasoning, can you not say there has to be a creator? Like, I'll give you one other example. Yeah, we know there was a beginning for the universe. Like everything that begins to exist has a cause. Yeah. Okay. We have three options. Like meaning everything that begins to exist, there must be a cause. If the plate dropped, something dropped it. So what we see is there's three options, or four options, It's either the universe came from nothing, it either created itself, it either was created, I'll use that three options for now, Can something come from nothing? Can you give me an example from something coming from nothing?
At the moment, no.
You wouldn't, So we can say from nothing, nothing comes, because nothing is the absence of something, If you have nothing, nothing comes. Can we say it created itself? Because for it to create itself, it has to exist and not exist at the same time. It's like saying my mother gave birth to herself. It's impossible. It's oxymoron. She has to be there and not be there at the same time. The only conclusion that we have, it was created. Now you can say, you know what? Okay, it's created, but who is the creator? Yeah? Do you get what I'm trying to say? With those simple reasoning and understanding, wouldn't you say there has to be a creator? Because if you're not denying the tissue, how are we denying the universe? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah? So what we just try to say is that, look, yeah, there has to be a design. There has to be a creator. Like, for example, this pattern, yeah? It's not even a pattern, right? To remove before flight, yeah? I don't fly, yeah? But how you doing, Mohammed? This is even better. Yeah? You see this pattern here, brother, yeah? Would you ever think trillions of years this will come by chance?
By chance?
Trillion, give it trillions of
Put it
years.
in the basket, shove it.
You put it there and there's no, there's nothing there, yeah? Would this ever pop into existence? Like, it wouldn't. What about the animal? You know the animal peacock? You know it pales. And it's got eyes, so don't knock me out. Yeah? The peacock, it has a pattern, yeah? So what we're saying is, let's use the same reasoning. If this can't come by chance, how do we look at an animal, and you know there's birds with red, green, all these different colors. How did that pattern come to be?
But you know the patterns on animals and the skin pattern and everything. They, when you say they can't come by chance, they are coming by natural processes, are they not? I mean, if you, I mean, there are plenty of documentaries around how these patterns have actually developed because of just the pure physics of the ions on the skin and the colors, how they produce these patterns. It's purely by the physical natural processes that can come.
Okay.
If somebody says, oh no, these patterns have been put down on these animals so that they are camouflaged, or in certain.
But what would you?
Because there could be two sort of ways you can explain.
I'm trying to say, brother, I understand, but what you're doing is this, yeah? I'm giving you the tools, yeah? You're making something with those tools, and then people are coming and clapping you. You know what's happening? The person that's giving the money, yeah? And the people are saying thank you to the money. They're forgetting the one who gave the money. I think I established by reasoning, there is a creator. Yeah. If that creator has created the DNA, those, what you call natural, yeah? We don't call it natural, because if you mean, for example, evolution of the peck of a bird, yeah? For example, we accept that in Islam, as evolution happens, birds turn to different birds, etc. But what we need to do is, we can't take the credit of the creator, because the creator is the one who's given you that for it to happen.
Put in the processes.
No, the processes are there, so we can't come and say, hey, this happened. But we're like, okay, good. We can't go to a plane and be like, wow, look at this plane. Look how it made. We have to go to the individual that made it. So the example that you're giving, the natural processes, yeah. What we say is that is controlled by the one who created it. Yeah. So it's not like.
So it's all about the origin of everything, isn't it?
Yes.
Origin of the processes, origin of everything.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to pinpoint.
And the current understanding, we don't know about the origins of this world, the life forms. We don't know about how life came into being and how universe came into being. We know about after it, what happened to it. So the evolutionary process and the Big Bang, they're both after the instant of creation. What happened during, who created it, those are the things which we still have gaps in our knowledge.
Okay. We have gaps in our knowledge, but with basic reasoning, we can't deny that there's a creator, because
with the logic you said, yes.
Yeah, we can't deny it, because the thing is, we understand, okay, how did it start? Like, in which way did it start? We don't know. What we know is there was a creator that had to start it. There is no other option. If you can give me evidence that it can't be the creator, if you give me an example like I gave you the tissue and the thing, the universe, that there was a beginning, then I will accept it. But if not, then if you can't deny a simple tissue, how are we denying the universe? You get it? We need to use the same standards. And if we use the same standards, we have no choice but to say there has to be a creator. There has to be. Give me another. If you think I'm wrong.
No. As I said, I mean, we currently don't know about the creation aspect of anything apart from the things which we have manufactured. We don't know anything about. Well, there are theories. There are theories, but they are not consensus. So if you want to jump in, that's fine. I'm fine.
Scientists can tell us how things work, how it works. but it can never tell us why it works like that.
Okay,
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But have you read the Quran before, bro?
I have.
Yeah? Okay.
English version.
English version, yeah?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, bro, I think there's very strong premises. I'm going to come straight to you. There's very strong premises to believe that there's a creator. Because if there's not a creator, then we have to reject everything. Like the tissue, the socks. The socks I wear have a purpose. It's designed. I'm more complex. And do I have no purpose? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Think about that though.
Yeah.
Like,
Before you ask that, I said to you start the conversation that I think I can't go against that logic what you have explained, and that is why I kind of believe that there could be a creator.
Okay, you know what?
Could be a creator.
Not could.
With the gap of the current understanding and the knowledge, I still have to leave some space for the future understanding to fill that space if in case there's a better alternative.
Okay.
At the moment, yes, there's no other better alternative in my understanding. That
yes, then brother, you should not. I respect that. Thank you for your honesty. But you shouldn't say maybe there could be, maybe there is.
Okay.
Because you should say
more convinced
there is
that
a creator.
There is a creator. Then
there is a creator, but I don't know who that creator is. Then you have valid. You can say, look, there is a higher being, but I don't know who he is. Then it's more valid.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Shoot, what I do.